amazing people, welcome again back to another beautiful tutorial. How are you all doing, guys? Hope you're all good today. So today I'm going to show you how to make this very beautiful kaftan with a crisscross neckline and ruffles. Yes, you want to see this one? Then let's get to the table, guys. So of course, this is the beautiful African print I'm working with. I love this print so much. And I have my working tools as well. So I will just go ahead and lay my fabric on the table. So we'll get started. So here I have my fabric, working with your desired length, okay? And I folded this along the yardage, and you can see it is folded into 4. We have this folded into 4 along the yardage. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is to start off by taking a slope. I'm going to take a slope at the very edge there. So I'm taking a slope of 2 inch, just like you see me demonstrating. So I'm marking down my 2 inch for slope. Then I'll come to the very end there. I'll mark 3 inches as well. This is supposed to be my neck width. So I'm marking that down. So I'll go ahead now and connect these 2 points together, and that will be my slope. So the next thing I'm going to do after this one now is to get my sleeve opening. Okay, yeah. So from that slope point there, I will take a sleeve opening of 13 inches, rather 13 inches is what I'm taking for my slope. You can see that now. I'm marking that down, so I'm going to extend it, and that is going to be what my chest line. So you can see I'm marking that straight line there. Then, of course, I'll go ahead and indicate my other vertical measurements. I'm indicating the waistline at 17. Then the next is my hip line at 24. And, of course, my length, the full length of the gown. So I'm also making what a straight line. I apologize, my chalk wasn't so visible. Honestly, I didn't realize that. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So right now I'm just going to fix the body circumference. Okay, so I'm actually working with the biggest measurements here. And for this person, the hip is 44 divided by 411. And you can see I'm marking extra 4 inches there because it's a free one. Then on that waistline, all I did was just to take away 0.5 inches, more like, you know, giving it a little bit of slant in there. Then, of course, I took the same measurement all the way straight down to the end of the gown, just like you see me doing. So once that is done now, I went ahead to make the cut together pocket effect, just connecting an outer curve from my waistline, just like you see me doing, all the way to my hip line, say about 1 inches below the hip line, and that is what I have there. Then the next thing, of course, was to create the armhole and yeah, on the sleeve there, and that was it. It's as easy as that. Now, coming over to the neckline, I'm still maintaining the neck width of 3. So I'm going to be doing a neck depth width of 4. Okay, so this is going to be what for the back neckline, neck width of 3 and the neck depth width of 4. You can see that. So I'll go ahead now and make my curve. So after that, guys, we're done. All I need to do now is to go ahead and cut this out. Yes, so once we're done, then we can now focus for the front neckline. So this is the time you take that break and hit the subscribe button. If you haven't done that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. And so when we're done, this is what we have. You can see how beautiful this is looking already. You can see this now. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is to take off one piece, which is going to be the back piece, so that we now focus on the front neckline. Now, for the front neckline, you need to determine that by knowing what the width of the band you're going to fix. You know what we have on the thumbnail is like an ashweke fabric, right? Yes, so, but this one I'm using a crepe fabric. You can see I ironed my interfacing just to give it more structure there. And you can see the width I have here is 9 inches, which means when I fold it into 2, I'm going to be having 4.5. So at the end of the day, my band there is supposed to be 4 inches because I will sew with 0.5, then I'll be left with what, 4 inches. Okay, so you need to take note of that. Okay, yeah, so now because I know I'll be left with 4 inches, so I'm going to use 4 inches what as my neck width. Now don't forget, we have already cut out our neck width here of 3 inches. I hope you know that. So here we are going to indicate that extra 4 inches. So it's more like we are having 2 neck widths here. Please don't get confused. We already cut out the neck width here. Now we're adding another 4 inches. Then you take a length from the shoulder, a length of 11 inches. This is around the bust point. So this is where that neck v-neck shape is going to stop at. Okay, yes, so yours can go below that. Okay, but this is where it's stopping at 11 inches. So on that point now, I'm going to move in by 2 inch. You can see I'm moving in by 2 inch right there. I'm marking that down. So what I'll do now is to go ahead and connect it now what to that neck width of 4. Okay, which is our second neck width. Yeah, so neck width of 4 inches. You can see what I'm doing, making a slanted line there. And that's it, guys. It's that simple. Okay, there's nothing difficult at all. So I'm just trying to make the line visible. You can see. So just go ahead and cut following the direction what of my finger. Is very, very straightforward, guys. In case you are a bit confused, just go over it again. Trust me, I'm sure you'll get it right. So just carefully cut this out and we're done. We're done what with the front neckline. So by the time you open this up and you can see what we have. So this is what it's going to look like once you are done cutting. You can see this now. This is it, guys. That's simple. All right, so and of course for the back, this is what we have. So I'm going to use what a facing. I'll cut a facing for the back neckline. So let's focus on the front now because that's where the main work is, right? Yeah, so for the front now I'm going to bring back my band. Remember, we're going to be folding it into 2 before fixing it. So you can as well measure what you have on the neckline before you cut out your fabric, but it's important you don't just cut out exactly what you need. You need to get some excesses, about 4 inches excesses. Okay, yes, so that it will help you tuck it in when you're done. I hope you understand what I mean. Yeah, as we go along, you understand what I mean. So you can see that measurement there. So I'll just go ahead now and cut out the piece I need for the 2 sides. Okay, yes, I'm going to do that now. And so once I was done, I already cut out the 2 pieces that I need, 1 for each side. So all I need to do now is to go ahead and place it like so, just like you see me demonstrating. Then I'll go ahead and sew, but of course I'm demonstrating this using my pin. You can see by the time you sew to the edge there, you see that we still have excesses, so it's very important you leave it that way. So you can see this now. By the time you're done sewing, this is what you should have. Of course, you're going to do the same thing for the other side as well. So this is us trying to create what's the crisscross effects. All right, so now that we have established this now, then we can now take this off and do what cut out our ruffles. Don't forget, a ruffle has to go in here first before we fix that our band. Okay, yes, so for the ruffles, I'm just going to measure what I have all the way through this neckline, just like I'm demonstrating with my tape. You can see. So once you measure that, I have about 29. So you're going to be cutting a strap of 29 by 3. So you multiply by 3 or a little bit more. So this will help you get enough ruffles. Okay, so you can see my strap. I have enough here, enough to even serve me for the sleeve. We're going to be fixing a ruffle on the sleeve as well. All right, so but for the width of what I have here is 3 inches. So that's 3 inches. I'm going to be weaving the edges and I'm also going to make a tiny sew. So all you need to do now is to create a ruffle by making a gather stitch. You can run a straight stitch and make your gather stitch, or you can make a tiny plait just like you see me demonstrating. Okay, and that will be it. It's as easy as that. So I'll go ahead now and finish up this. I'll create my ruffle. Don't forget to clean up the edges. It's very important you clean the edges first before creating your ruffle. So I'll go finish this up now and I'll come back. And so when I was done, you can see what we have. You can see I have my ruffles here. You You can see this now. So all I need to do now is to go ahead and place it on my neckline. So you can see this now. So I'll go ahead and arrange this. Just make sure that you arrange it properly, and just so there's nothing extra here. Just follow the shape of the neckline and arrange your ruffles there. And of course, by doing this, of course, you are also sewing. You are also sewing at the edge. You can see what I'm doing. Just follow that shape of the neckline all the way. You can see this. Yeah, so that's how it's going to be. So once you're done sewing this, then you can now fix the band. So this is the time we'll fix our band. Okay, yeah, so you go ahead now and sew, and of course do the same thing just like I demonstrated earlier on, so that we can create our crisscross effect. Okay, yeah, so I'll just go ahead and finish up this now. Then of course I'll come back to show you how it was. And don't forget, we're going to be notching those edges. I'll be back. And when we are done, guys, can already see how beautiful this is looking already. You can see this now. Yes, so it's time for us to create that crisscross effect. So just bring it together. Okay, don't forget, we're going to be cleaning up the inside by weaving the edges there. I'll do that later. Remember, I said we're going to notch that edge of our V. That's where the neck depth stop. You can see on both sides you need to give it a 0.5 inches notch. So this will help your band to relax very well. So once you've done that now, just bring it together now. Then you're going to be tucking it inside. You can see what I'm doing. Just tuck it in like so. Then you flip it to the other side. Okay, you can see you have it inside. Then you can now go ahead and hold it down with the fabric. So holding it down with the fabric, is important to use your pin to do this. Okay, very important. Use your pin to hold this down. You see how it looks on the outside. Be sure that you've gotten the right fitting before you sew. You can see I'm using my pin to hold it down there. You can see. So once you've gotten it right, you can just cut off the excesses of that your remaining band. Okay, that's when you're sure that you have aligned it properly. Okay, yeah, so I mean, using my pin, you can already see how it's looking on the outside. You can see this. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do now. So I'll just go ahead and sew it all up. And of course, you can also go ahead and top stitch the side, just to make your ruffles to relax properly. Then you can tack that V neck part in case you just to close up that edge properly because of the opening. Yeah, so I'll go ahead now and finish this up now, then I'll come back to show you. And once we're done, guys, I'll go ahead now and join the shoulders. You can see, place the shoulders there, just sew it there, and of course do the same thing on the other side. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to use my pin to demonstrate that now. I'll use my pin to join my shoulders, so you see. So after joining the shoulders, you can already see we have our sleeve opening here. So this is the time we'll fix the ruffles for the sleeve part. So I still have my leftover ruffles. All I need to do is just to align it there on the edge and top stitch. You can see how it's looking. Just top stitch. So once you're done, then you bring the band. So we're still having a piece of our band there. This is about 3 inches in width. Then you are now going to go ahead and place it like so, following the direction of how I am placing it. You can see you're going to sew on that same line you have sewn for the ruffle. So then you bring it up like this. Then you finally make a fold inside and top stitch. Is that it, guys? That's just it. It's that simple. Okay, yeah, I'll take it over again after fixing the ruffle. Okay, like so at the edge. Then you take your band, place it on that same line that you have already sewn. Okay, just sew on that same line there, bring it up like so, just the way I'm demonstrating. Then make a tiny fold and top stitch. I mean, you can already see how it's looking, and that's how you're going to sew the sleeve edge. Okay, yeah, so that's it, guys. So I'll just go ahead and finish this up, then I'll come back. And once you're done, guys, of course, give this a very good press, trying to make that ruffles on the neck part to, get relaxed properly. You can already see how beautiful this is looking already. You can see this now. Don't forget to tack those edges there, okay, just to put it in place. And this is it, guys. And of course, you can see the sleeve part. Everything is looking all beautiful. Like, we're almost done here, guys. We're almost done. So the final thing, of course, now will be to bring your fabric together, front and back together, align it properly. Then finally, you go ahead and start joining the sides. Take it from the sleeve, through the armhole, through the pocket, all the way straight down, just like I'm demonstrating with my fingers. And of course, the same thing on the other side. Then finally, you go ahead and hem the end of the dress. And guys, we are done. That's it, guys, on how to make this beautiful one. And I hope you find it helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share with friends, share with your sewing communities. I will really, really appreciate this a lot. Okay, thank you, guys. See you on another beautiful tutorial. Bye.